Yo, 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 it's your boy RJ the Brooklyn Savage. I'm here with I guess the former birthday boy, Takeya, the Tokyo Prince, and we're gonna talk about Wrestle Kingdom 20 as it's fading off the air as we speak now, with Tanahashi getting his flowers, literally getting his flowers. Um, yeah, we're gonna talk about the show. Now, Jackson and I will admit up front we did skip the prelim matches, so we didn't see those. The first prelim match was a tag team match. Then the second one was for the New Japan World Television Championship. El Phantasmo beat Chris Brooks by pinfall, so that happened. Then we had the Rambo for the Never Openweight Six-Man Tag Team Championships. TMDK, Zack Sabre Jr. leading his team alongside his protege there and Hartley Jackson, who's a big tank motherfucker. And they won it by beating Bolton Oleg and Bishamon, the team of Hiroki Goto and Yoshihashi. So they're TMDK are your new Never Openweight Six-Man Tag Team Champions. So there you have it. So those are the matches we didn't really get a chance to see collectively because Jackson was out. It was his birthday yesterday, and I was scrambling. So deal with that part. But we had the winners take all for the IWGP Women's Championship and the Strong Women's Championship. Sayuri taking on Saya Kamatani, and Saya Kamatani just continuing where she left off a couple of days ago. And they really had a really good match here. I thought this was really fun. This is one of my first times seeing Saya in person. And Sayuri looked good too, man. She was locking in those arm bars like you wouldn't believe, man. Really looking really aggressive here. I thought they really had some really good chemistry and they worked really well together. And Hate was trying to get involved, in particular Momo Watanabe was trying to get involved. But it didn't work because Sayuri, she won and she beat Saya. And
it's the best crazy call. That's the correct call.
And you know what? We talked about it in passing on the shows and in in private.
Yeah, and I mean, we've talked about it in private. I've talked about it on the previous podcast. I made a whole preview about this match that's on YouTube now. So it's like where I explained everything on why Siri needed to win this.
Oh shit, Naito's there too. Naito just popped up.
Naito.
Yeah, I knew he wouldn't get a dip without saying anything to Tanahashi, but yeah. But yeah, I thought that it didn't feel rushed. The match did not feel rushed whatsoever, man. So props to New Japan for giving the girls actual time this time around. I don't know the exact time, but it didn't feel rushed. Like the Kyrie match a couple of years felt rushed. A couple of years ago felt rushed. The match last year felt rushed. Not last year, but the year before, because they didn't have a match last year. But yeah, Sari wins, so that's cool for her. And we had the big 10-man tag match. The Bullet Club War Dogs and the unaffiliated, the little alliance there with David Finlay, Gabe Kidd, Drilla Maloney, Shingo Takagi, and Hiromu Takahashi. Regato, they lost to the United Empire, the team of Andrade El Idolo, Callum Newman, who's the new guy in charge, Great O'Khan, Hanare, and the returning Jake Lee, who was the mystery second man.
Yeah.
That they were teasing, and I'm like, all this for this guy? I couldn't believe that. Jake Lee, good lord, he looks like Jake Lee looks like Shinsuke Nakamura fucked my friend Bobby, God rest his soul.
Yeah,
I mean that's what he looks like. I'm like, oh my god, he looks like a Japanese Bobby. Well, who is this? I didn't get the appeal, and I don't think I was alone in that either, because it didn't seem like people in the audience was really reacting to it. So I think New Japan kind of fumbled if they thought this guy was going to get some type of huge pop. I don't think they got it. I don't think they got what they were looking for. And that's just my opinion. But I thought this match was fine. I thought it was fine. I thought Newman looked all right leading the charge. I thought Andrade looked good. Him and Gabe Kidd were slapping the shit out of each other. I thought Jake Lee looked his offense looked fine. He looks like a slender big man because he
Yeah.
even when he came back out a little bit later on, not to jump ahead, but he got in Suji's grill a little bit later on during the show, and he was neck and neck with Suji. So I mean, he's a bigger guy, and his offense looked all right. I'm not sure what his gimmick is supposed to be. Is his gimmick is that he's expressionless, like Sonata was a few years ago?
Yeah, possibly so. It seems like that could be what they're
He's a,
trying to do.
he's an expressionless killer. That's his gimmick.
Yeah, it seems that's what they're possibly trying to do with him. We'll just have to see now that he's actually back, and he's clearly going to be in the game for a while, so we'll learn more about that.
And he got the pin. So I mean,
So,
shit.
yeah,
I
they're
mean,
building him. They're
yeah.
building him right off the bat.
Well, let me ask you this: do you think they're losing faith in Callum Newman as the leader? Because you think Newman would have got that spot?
Well, considering what happened between Lee and Suji later on, it's very well possible.
Yeah. Well, yeah. That's just the way I felt about it. And yeah, the United Empire they won over the Blue Club War Dogs. So there you go. There you have that. Then you had the four-way to determine the number one contender for the IWGP Junior Heavyweight Championship that is held by Doki. El Desperado, Mr. Fujita, Taji Ishimori, the Bone Soldier, and Show. What did you think? Did you have fun with this? To me, it felt rushed.
This
I don't know.
this
It
was
felt rushed to me.
rushed. This match was over in like a snap of my finger. It felt like, honestly,
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. That's what I think too.
because I like this match was coming on. I move and I turn back around. This shit's over with. Is how it felt.
Yeah. They were doing the typical House of Torture bit with Kanemaru and Kanemaru. Who else was out there? Was Dick Togo out there?
I think he was, wasn't he? Yeah,
It was somebody. Somebody else came out there, I
Jay
believe.
Togo, somebody. But
Yeah, they tried to do the whole thing, but the allies of the other guys that were in the match, like Robbie X, came out there. He was doing some crazy shit. That guy's awesome.
I think this match could have been better and a little longer.
Absolutely, I think so too. It just felt rushed, like they was just rushing to get to point A to point C.
It was so
And
fast you couldn't comprehend things that were going on in it hardly. I mean, it was just a blink of an eye. I mean,
yeah, like the guys were getting started, and then all of a sudden, House of Torture was doing their bullshit, and then all of a sudden, like I said, the allies of the other guys were coming out there. I think was it Robbie Eagles that came out there too. I couldn't really
yeah,
tell.
so it's like,
Yeah, I know
yeah,
Robbie X came out there for to help out Ishimori, and yeah, like they were doing all that, and then all of a sudden, Desperado is hitting fucking show with the Angels wings to call it a good day, and he's the number one contender for the title, which I think I called. So yeah, Desperado. Seems like
yeah,
Desperado can't escape that junior heavyweight division. He's getting bigger, like physically, like he's getting bigger.
something.
So
He's burning. It's burning out on him very, very quicker and quicker and quicker each time, and it's like they're gonna have to figure something out with that junior heavyweight division.
well, you got
You
the
got the guys. I mean,
yeah,
they
you got the guys.
honestly they have
Eagles,
people they can use,
yeah,
but they're gonna have to stop centering around
Desperado.
Despy and fucking Ishimori and
Get what? No, keep no. You know what? No, you could bump Ishimori up. Actually, you can have Robbie Eagle, not Robbie Eagles, but Robbie X take his spot. After all that shit he was doing, you have him take the spot, get Doki out of there because Doki's not a good like. When you think about great junior heavyweights, you ain't thinking about Doki. Come on, seriously. Um, keep
People
Fujita
kept
in there.
forgetting Doki's on the roster.
Oh, good lord, he's the champion too. That's the crazy spot. He's the champion. But yeah, let Show run that thing. Get Doki up out of there. Keep Fujita in there. And try to see what you can do with Ishimori because I think Ishimori's still he's still a factor, but I think you need to get him something else.
Yeah.
You need to get him something else. You need to bump him off the card, and I think it's time for Desperado to move on too from the junior heavyweight division. Like you said, we gotta use some newer guys up in this piece. So I definitely agree with that. Then we had the debut of Aaron Wolf as he took on Evil with Dick Togo and Don Fale with a submission. He beat him with a submission, rather, to win the Never Open Weight Championship. And Wolf,
He's
I mean,
built like a damn wolf.
he's a big motherfucker. And he chose to go old school. He cut his hair. He trimmed down the beard a little bit. He was wrestling in trunks and boots.
Heavy set feller.
Yeah, big boy. Big boy. And yeah, Evil did his best with him to get something out of him. As much as you and I shit on Evil on air, off air, even in our E-Fed,
Yeah.
Evil, I gotta give Evil his credit. Evil bump for him. Evil led him the way. Evil didn't make this dude look. He didn't make him look foolish. You know what I'm saying? He put him over with grace too. He put over that leg and that neck vice. He put that over big time. I don't know what you call that, but he put that over big time by having his eyes roll in the back of his head, and Dick Togo and the rest of the guys had to roll him up out of there. So, I mean, and they tried their typical House of Torture nonsense in this matchup as well. The Young Lions, they tried to get involved and they got their asses whooped for their troubles. So
Yeah.
so that was that was pretty funny. But Aaron Wolf, yeah, he looked fine, man, and I want to see what else they got for this kid and what he could do
Yeah.
to sharpen up them skills, man.
I'm not
Um,
against him. I'm just gonna have to watch some more of his stuff and
nah, we gotta give him time to get better. I think
yeah.
New Japan, they got to be careful. They got to be careful
They're
real quick.
kinda amping up people a little too quick.
Yeah, because I thought giving him a title his first night, they put him over big. But the thing is can is he ready enough to carry it? Does he have the personality to carry it? I know he's popular in Japan, but does he have a personality that will help push this thing forward? Or is he just gonna be this big guy that's kind of awesome, you know? Or you know what I'm saying? Like, are they gonna be in trouble with this guy in 6 months? So I don't know. Like, we'll have to see. I know he was over big here. So yeah, the jury's gonna be out on Mr. Aaron Wolf for a good bit. I'm not gonna deem him any future GOAT or anything like that yet, because this is literally his first match out of the box. And he did go up against a guy that is a veteran. Whenever Evil feels like putting on a good match, he'll at least do that. So there you go.
Yeah.
And then we had Yota Tsuji, the global heavyweight champion, taking on Konosuke Takeshita, the world heavyweight champion, the IWGP world heavyweight champion, with Rocky Romero in his corner. Oh man, this was match of the night or match of the morning for me.
Yeah,
Uh,
this was a really good match. Um
Tsuji and Takeshita are two of the Japanese guys that I've been putting over for a good bit now. As far as I'm concerned, I think both guys are two of the better wrestlers that they have in that company. They're young, they look great, they look like superstars. They handle themselves like stars, and they just have that aura to them. I like it a lot. I like these guys a lot, and I want the world for both of them. Now, you and I had predicted that Takeshita was going to win and retain. That didn't happen. They gave the belt to Suji. Um,
Which is fine. I mean, we already knew there was always a possibility that that was going to happen. And it's just not what I would have preferred because I think he could have had one more year in between. And because we need a new arc of a feud to build around.
and
But
I get why they didn't do it, because if
yeah,
Takesha's not going to be around full time, there is no use to do it. And I think Tanahashi might have literally blew out his knee. Oh my god, get it, please get this man, get him out of there. It looks bad. Get him out of there, please. He's rocking on, please. But yeah, like they went out there and they had a hell of a match, man. They was beating the hell out of each other. Um, just super finishers. I mean, they were going at it. They were having really some smart offense things, like for instance, because the story of the match on both sides is that they were working on a specific body part. Suji was going after the ribs, obviously because of the Gene Blaster.
mm-hmm.
And then Takeshita was just rocking Suji's neck the whole entire time around. I guess potentially setting them up for the bastard driver and the power drive. But man, they were really going at it, man, and making every strike to those body parts work. Like Suji gave this man, um, he gave him a wheelbarrow suplex, and then a few minutes later, he gave him a power bomb, and then he gave him a reverse power bomb. I'm like, man, this is smart offense, especially for what you're going for. Real dope shit. Really fun match, man. Really good fucking match, and man, a match of the year contender for me already, man.
Yeah,
Straight up.
absolutely, absolutely. It was real fun, really entertaining. This it delivered, which I mean, I knew this was going to be a good match, but they really did deliver.
Mm-hmm. And yeah, that lead us to the main event, Hiroshi Tanahashi's retirement match. Hiroshi Tanahashi taking on the Rainmaker Kazuchika Okada, who is the international champion in AEW. I still love that belt. That belt's beautiful. But yeah, with Gato in his corner for old time's sake. And they went out there and they had as good of a match as you can have with a 2025 or a 2026 rather, Hiroshi Tanahashi, with his knees and everything like that. Like Tanahashi, um, he gave it all he had. He gave it all he had. And Okada did a good job carrying him and covering up for him and stuff like that. And I thought they went out there and they of course didn't have the match they had 10 years ago or anything like that. It's impossible. Especially with Tanahashi's knees, the state of his knees. Girl said his knees just for like snap, crackle, and pop, Rice Krispie knees. So
Yeah,
it's bad, And I mean, just watching him walk is painful. But they had as good as the match as you could have, given all that, taking all that into consideration. And Okada beat him with he dropped them with a Destino. They were hitting some of their best rivals' moves and stuff like that, like Shibata's move, Naito's move,
yeah,
Nakamura got a shout. I think Nakamura is the only one that didn't come out there. Um, but yeah, great back and forth stuff to close out the match. And Okada got him in the end. And Red Shoes looked like he didn't want to count it those couple of times. He didn't want to count it, but he had no choice, and Okada beat him. Okada said some words on the mic, dipped out, and then that's when the parade of Jay White and uh, Kenny Omega and Osprey and Kota Ibushi all came out.
and I like that too because all them
Naito
guys got flowers from Tana at one point.
and yeah, no, that was good. It was a good way to close out his career. He got a great ceremony. Like they took it literal. They literally gave this man his flowers. And they gave him the spotlight. They did the whole thing where he's in the ring in the dark. Well, not in the dark, but you know what I mean, with the dim down light, and they put the spotlight on him.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, this is really beautiful, and in comparison to what they did with John Cena, this is really beautiful. I thought that John Cena even should have got something like this, but I think John
Yes.
Cena. I think the reason why John Cena didn't get all that extra pageantry that Tanahashi's getting is because John Cena is going in the Hall of Fame, and I think they're gonna wait to do it there. So I think that's when John Cena will get his his flowers and his. I don't know if it's gonna be as literal as Tanahashi, but that's when I think they're gonna give him the big spotlight to officially close out the career when he gets his Hall of Fame ring. So
Yeah, but this was a perfect way to just end his career.
mm-hmm. Definitely. But on a scale to 1 to 10, what'd you think about Wrestle Kingdom this year? Because
About a 8.
an 8.
Um, that might be a little too high, but I give it an 8 because the Tsuji and Takeshi match was really good.
Mm-hmm.
Tanahashi and Okada was not a bad match.
No. Uh-uh.
And New Japan did a really good job with building new people tonight.
Yeah.
I would say
What?
that
Yeah. Whether you like it or not, they did. They did.
with Lee, with
Wolf.
Wolf, and just alone between Takesha and Suji. So,
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Well, they definitely did. Now they just once again need to do something with that junior heavyweight division. They got the players there. They just need to put them in the spot that they need to be and try to find out what they can do with Takahashi and Ishimori and Doki. You know what? You could throw Doki in a bin for all I care. Jesus Christ. But I'll give it a 7.5. I enjoyed what I saw for the most part, but I wasn't. Wolf did well, and I was happy for that. That 10-man tag was okay. But it was really good when Andrade was in there. Gabe Kidd, I'm not a big fan of his, but I was impressed with him in this match. I was really impressed with Shingo and Hanari, though. I want to see that. I want to see Shingo and Hanari. Oh my God, they were throwing bombs at each other. That was fucking great. And I want to see what they do with Callum Newman. I'm kind of intrigued. He doesn't jump off to me looks wise, like his look alone, but like the way he comes out with like the long coat and he's got like the sword and everything like that. He's
mm-hmm.
got something, but then you look at his face. He's got a face of somebody I would never be afraid of whatsoever. Um, at least like Fletcher and Osprey have like that. Like yeah, they have that clean, not clean cut necessarily, but they have that boys across the pond look where you're like, yeah, like they're probably good old boys, or they have their hair slipped back, but then when they're in regular street clothes, you're like, oh, okay, all right, nah, you know what? These brothers might be cool. There might be people that you might catch break dancing around the corner or doing some parkour and running away from some old people or some shit like that.
Yeah.
But Callum Newman looks like a goody two shoe boy. And I don't know if I buy him as the leader of a heel group. And Jake Lee, I mean, he ain't much better. Jake Lee needs some facial. He needs some sideburns or something. He got too much of a sunken in baby face.
He
I'm
needs
telling you,
something.
I'm telling you, he looks like my friend Bobby. God rest his soul.
Yeah.
If Bobby was Japanese, that's exactly. And Bobby had a baby face. God rest his soul. He had a fucking baby face like you wouldn't believe. And it's hard to take people seriously when they have that baby face. So Jake Lee, especially if you're going for the deranged look, you might want to get some facial hair there, son. At least on those on those facial cheeks. Because the internet's mean. I gotta say that in front of that. But yeah. I think New Japan, they did well. Not the strongest Wrestle Kingdom in the world that I've watched, but I thought they had a fine show tonight. 7.5 for me.
Yeah.
With a great match of the year contender already. Like a lot of people say too, with Tanahashi and Okada, and I don't know if they just being generous because it's Tanahashi's last match, but definitely Suji and Takeshita for sure. Oh my fucking God. And Guess what? Okada won his match. Takeshita did not. So for AEW purposes, I expect Takeshita to get kicked out of the Don Callis group as quickly as Wednesday. So I'm just throwing that out there to people.
Yeah, they gotta pull the trigger on that.
I think it's gonna happen now. He lost the belt. Don Callis, he's a loser. Okada beat him, even though he cheated. So I think Don Callis is gonna be like, you know what? Let's get him up out of here. And I think they're gonna take Takeshita out as early as Wednesday. So that should be interesting to see. So yeah.
Yeah, they got to.
Mm-hmm. So you got anything you want to say? Anything else you want to say? Or
Well, let's see. Julia won the U.S. title again.
yep. And Tetsuya Naito and Bushi, who made an appearance at Tanahashi's last match just now after the match was over, they won the GHC Tag Team Championships. Yeah, and now they're going after Kenta, challenging him to a match for him to find a tag team partner. So, I mean, you have that. And what else? What else is going on? What else happened? Oh, Matt Cardona re-signed with WWE.
Yeah,
He made
that.
his reintroduction last night against Kit Wilson, who Kit Wilson they're doing this. They've been doing this thing with him for a while now, where he's against toxic masculinity and everything like that. And honest to God, I think he might be our next Heath Slater for our viewing pleasures. That gimmick and that music and the fucking Titantron is sick. I will say that though. A lot of people are like, oh, all of it's AI or whatever. I mean, if it's AI, it's a damn good AI. As far as that Titantron goes, because that Titantron is sick. I haven't seen a sick Titantron like that in a long time. Since I think Dragon Lee. Dragon Lee had a sick Tron. And when they brought Braun Strowman back, they gave him a sick Tron for like a week, and then they took it back.
Yeah.
Where I think he was like, it was like this Suja like volcano just went through this mountain, and it was like Braun Strowman's like his imprint or whatever from his logo or whatever. That's pretty dope. But yeah, we don't really see cool Trons like that in WWE. So Kit Wilson got one of all people. That was pretty crazy. But now I actually want to see what they could do with Kit Wilson though. I know Elton Prince is injured again, which I know Triple H and Shawn Michaels are more forgiving to injuries than Vince ever was. But Elton Prince might want to watch out, because I think he might have one more injury left in his claws. He'd have been injured twice already. So he might want to make sure he do his damnedest to keep himself healthy.
Absolutely.
But yeah, that's probably, yeah, Jordan Grace is flirting with free agency now. She was on SmackDown last night in Chelsea Green's grill and in Jay Cargill's grill, who needs competition badly. So Jordan Grace would not be a bad option for SmackDown at all, as far as I'm concerned. And also, Lash Legend kicked the shit out of Io Sky last night. Oh my God.
Unfortunately.
That boot was nuts. I think I want to see an Io Sky versus Lash Legend match 101. Lash Legend don't be playing around with Io, bro. Oh my God. Crazy shit. And Trick Williams is now a member of SmackDown as well. He got in Sami Zayn's grill last night. They had a really good promo exchange. Playing to both of their character strengths. You know, Sami Zayn being the everyday man. And
Carmelo
Trick Williams being the
Johnny.
Damn, hold on, man. I ain't even finished.
Oh.
Good Lord. Like he just Carmelo beat this guy. I ain't even finished yet. Trick Williams, I was explaining to the people how it's great that Trick and Sammy are feuding because they're opposites of each other.
Go on. Shit,
you
go
just
on.
cut in front of me, man. God damn, man. Wait your turn. But yeah, I think that feud's gonna be great for Trick, by the way, because I know a lot of people are worried. But Sami Zayn, if you can't have a good match with Sami Zayn, something wrong. So this is a good first program for Trick Williams as far as I'm concerned. And now Johnny Gargano and Carmelo Hayes had a match. Jackson, since you got thoughts about that?
Well,
It was the
no.
greatest fucking match you ever seen.
More entertaining than Trick Williams, absolutely.
Oh, good lord. I don't know
Johnny
about
Gargano's more entertaining than Trick Williams. Now,
more
we
entertaining.
digress.
Whatever. Hold on. Pause. I know you ain't talking about on the mic and charisma wise. Maybe in the ring, yeah, and as he should. But charisma, mic skills, Johnny ain't got nobody beat. Johnny got a doorknob beat. Johnny got his wife beat. No, you know what? I take that back. Candice LeRae's got more fire than Johnny's got. He's got more
Well,
charisma than that guy's got. Johnny Gargano, the only time I've ever seen him really do anything overly charismatic was when he was in when he was doing the weight stuff a couple of years ago. Other than that, yeah, I could take and leave him in the ring. Absolutely,
well,
but
hell,
that's
they gave Dexter more then.
Dexter. At least
Yeah.
Dexter has the wherewithal to come up with some type of character. He's a killer or whatever
Oh, they
he is.
love Dexter Loomis.
Dexter Loomis is almost 50 years old. Do you believe that?
Hell, he looks it.
Yeah. Well,
He don't look that young to me. I don't know why everybody says that.
WWE has an old ass roster that they need to get rid of. I'm sorry. I know a lot of people don't want to hear that because they want these people to last forever. But WWE's got to go younger, man. They definitely do. That's a big problem right now. They got to go, and they're seeing it now. And I think they're starting to address that problem too by calling all these guys up from NXT. So, I mean, that ain't going to mean shit unless you do something with these motherfuckers too. So it's on Triple H and Road Dogg or whoever else is writing the fucking show to get it together when it comes to some of these dudes. And Cody and Drew they laid out the gauntlet for that match. It's gonna be a regular 1v1 match. The other one is gonna be false count anywhere, and then the last step is gonna be a steel cage match.
Those are ass stipulations, by the
Of
way.
course they are.
That is fucking ass.
Because Cody Rhodes is gonna beat Drew McIntyre, and everybody's gonna go, yay! Hooray! Fuck this shit. In this Cody Rhodes title run already. It's boring.
You'll get it ended at WrestleMania where Randy Orton takes the fucking title.
That's not even the fucking answer. That's not the answer.
And then he's going to drop it right back to Cody.
That's not the answer. Randy Orton, like, that's fine. That's cool. But, like, that's not even... it's whatever. And plus, at this point, I don't even want to see them wrestle. I don't want to see these fucking guys wrestle. I don't want to see it because we're dragging ass with it. That's the problem when Triple H likes to drag his feet in the dirt.
That's why I said it feels like the storyline between Cody and Drew has been lasting for 3 years, which is the same amount of time that Roman was champion. Or at least Roman defend against different people. These son of a bitch has been going at it forever.
And Drew McIntyre has nothing to show for it. Nothing. That's the problem I have with it. If you're going to do a feud like this for 5 fucking months or an eternity, depending on who you ask, something has to happen where it's worth our time. At least with Aleister Black and Damian Priest, as long as that feud lasted, at least they traded wins. Cody Rhodes has beaten Drew McIntyre's ass every single fucking time. Why should I care? Why should you care? Why should little Timmy care? Besides the fact that he's probably there to see Cody Rhodes anyways. Why should anybody with a functioning wrestling thinking mind care if this man always wins? The outcome is predictable. It doesn't make any sense to me, man. I hate it. I hate this shit.
And it's like, what the fuck is Aleister Black and Damian? Why the fuck is that still a thing?
It ended last night.
Okay.
So we good.
And that shit shouldn't have even dragged till last night. That should have been gone 3 months ago.
It should have ended with the last man standing match, but of course, Damian Priest had to get his revenge because he got cheated by the woman, so he had to get a woman to help him. So I get why. It just felt like we were taking forever to get there. But yes, that's done and over with, and hopefully both guys can move on to something better. Damian Priest, I don't know what the fuck he's gonna move on to, but Aleister Black, honest to God, I wouldn't hate it if he beat Carmelo Hayes for the belt. I'm not saying I'm not saying it should be as soon as next week, but you know what I'm saying, like eventually down the line or whatever.
And then people can go back to hollering Carmelo Hayes is buried and done for again.
That's why I said sometime down the line.
It don't matter. They're still gonna do it.
Yeah, because people got nothing better else to do, and they don't know
A
what the
young ass man so damn buried.
fuck the true definition of buried is.
They do not.
Buried is going out there and losing in 16 seconds to fucking James Ellsworth. That's buried. Buried is getting your ass kicked by every female on the roster while they circle you. That's being buried. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
You being buried is being barely promoted and being talked about on television. That's being buried. You know what I'm saying?
Not this young guy that's athletic and hasn't been there that long.
Now there's a difference between holding somebody back from their potential and burying like that. There's a difference there. But I mean, if Hayes loses the belt, he's got to lose the belt at some point. People, get off your high horse. So I mean, just be happy he's got it right now and he's riding the wave with it. But he is going to eventually lose that belt to somebody. I'd rather it be somebody that's interesting that could actually use it. And there's only two guys that come to mind right now automatically: Aleister Black and fucking Trick Williams. I know people ain't gonna want to hear that latter part, but it's tough titty. At least they got a story they can continue from NXT.
Well, at least, like you said, they have a story you can do.
Uh-huh. But yeah, see, you got me flustered. It was all about Tanahashi. He may be going a rant about Triple H's bad booking, his drag out booking. Oh, good lord. We can leave that in 2025, hopefully. SmackDown wasn't bad last night though. I'll give him that. But we gotta keep that shit rolling, buddy.
I heard good reviews.
Yeah, it wasn't bad. It wasn't boring like usual. But
3 hours.
yeah, and he found a way to kind of make the 3 hours not feel as insufferable. But I know what he did though. He made time stretch for a lot of segments, like the Randy Orton shit with the Miz. That was like 20 minutes. And a couple other things. Yeah, he tried to make it stretch. So he tried to make it work. He a lot of smoke and mirrors, no pun intended, to try to make that thing work. So,
Yeah.
but yeah, Raw is gonna be. They have this inter-promotion shit with Stranger Things. So Raw is gonna be Stranger on Monday, and Braun Breaker is gonna be challenging CM Punk for the world title. So we got that to look forward to. I don't expect Braun Breaker to win the belt, even though I would love him to. But I just don't see it happening right now. And Triple H is allergic to doing anything with young guys, anyways, especially on that top level. So yeah, you gotta be 40 years old, Braun Breaker. You gotta be 45 years old for Triple H to do anything with you. I mean, come on. I mean, look at it.
They're worse than New Japan, honestly, at this point.
The difference is that fucking Roman Reigns doesn't have a hard time walking to the ring. He just walks slow. Oh God. I don't wince in pain when I watch Jey Uso go to the ring. I go, damn, he's gassed, but I don't say, damn, look at your fucking knees, Jay.
I
So
think Vecna's going to jump in there and cost and interfere in that match
who?
on Monday. Vecna from Stranger Things. He'll end up interfering.
I have no idea who the fuck that is or why
Exactly.
we should even care.
Exactly.
I don't watch Stranger Things at all, so I don't know.
Exactly. But if people who know, they know,
Yeah,
If you know, you
that's quite dandy. But yep, that is all I got. That's all you got, Jackson.
Yeah, because I'll talk about Marigold show later on at some point this week.
Yes, he will. And after this, I'm gonna go straight to bed. So, without further ado, this is your boy the RTJ, or not the RTJXX, but this is your boy RJ the Brooklyn Savage, and with
Yep.
Takea, the Tokyo Prince, and we're closing out on this Wrestle Kingdom 20 review. We'll catch you guys later for a regular episode of the Dragon Chronicles next Saturday. So stay tuned for that. We'll review what happened on Raw, SmackDown, AEW, whatever comes our way, whatever big is splashing. Because we don't do play-by-play shit. We just pick out the big spots or whatever and discuss that, and we just rock on from there. But until then, we'll catch you guys later. Peace out.